like, he noticed the Devils jersey on me, and we start fucking talking hockey.
No shit.
I'm just like, I'm fucking blown away. I'm like, I'm talking fucking hockey with Caden fucking Roberts, man.
Where's he from?
I want to say Jersey.
Oh, really?
I want to say Jersey. Bear with me for 1 second here.
Like, hang on, let me get the wiki out.
Yeah, let me get Wikipedia out. Search for Nazi cats.
Oh, man.
I know, man. I should be a little bit more prepped about this. I know, but let's see. It doesn't really say. It doesn't say where he's from. Oh my god, I don't know where he's from. So,
oh well,
that's all good. So, but we were talking, and he's like, I remember there was a player on New Jersey. He's like, I couldn't. He's like, I can't really think of his name. It's Scott something. He used to be like the guy you had to watch on the ice. So I was like, Scott Stevens. He's like, yeah. He's like, fucking anybody that was in open ice, like that was like dipping him into a shark tank.
Mm-hmm.
So we start talking about Scott Stevens and fucking Scott Niedermayer. He's like, you know, I would be in LA most of the time. He's like, but whenever I could catch the Devils on TV, he's like, I had to watch them because of Scott Stevens. I was like, how fucking dope is this, man? There's no way this could get any fucking better. So I get the picture. I get a couple autographs. Like, I got his latest CD autographed, and I got a picture of him with Alice Cooper autographed. And I'll talk about that in a second. But you know, fuck it, I'll talk about it now. It's a picture of Kane, like, pretty much having Alice in a headlock. And you look at Kane's face, and he kind of looks like Paul Stanley a little bit.
Weird.
So one person's walking by, and he points to the picture. He's like, "Hey, man, you kind of look like Paul Stanley." So Kane's like, "Well, here's the weird thing about that." He's like, the year that was taken. He's like, I remember Alice and I were walking through a shopping mall, because he's like, that's one of the things Alice loved to do, is like go into a shopping mall and just kind of shop and just kind of people watch. Mm-hmm. He's like, we go to the mall and whatnot, and one guy walks by, he points to me, and he's like, he doesn't say Paul Stanley, he's like, "Are you Kiss?" So I'm cracking up a little bit. And so, you know, Kane sees me kind of chuckling a little bit. And he's like, I had no idea what the hell to say to the guy. And that's when I reached in for the Paul Stanley impression. I was just like, well, you should have told him maybe, well, I'm not Kiss, I'm Paul Stanley. Either that or you should have started shouting, "I gotta tell you, people, I know you think Alice Cooper's hanging out with Kiss, but let me tell you something. I am Paul Stanley." So
he did the whole thing, like the yelling and everything?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, that's awesome.
Dude, King starts cracking up. He's like,
oh, my God, that's fantastic. Like, how many times do we rip on Paul Stanley? He starts fucking doing Paul Stanley. That's fantastic.
He's like, this guy's great.
Shit.
He actually did co-write a song with Paul Stanley, actually, for the Revenge album.
No way.
Yeah, it was the song "Take It Off." Like he co-wrote the song with him.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
So then I go back to the Paul Stanley thing. I was like, I gotta tell you something, Kane. You actually do kind of look like me in this picture. I'm very flattered. He's just cracking up. He's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, your Paul Stanley is pretty good, so I'm sure he was pretty blown away. Like,
well, thanks, Bruce. You know, it's not every day. Well, actually, it is every day that people compliment me on my voice. Dude, I got a killer story about Paul Stanley. I got to tell you, like, after this chiller thing.
All right,
but. So I'm done talking with Kane, and just on a whim, I was just like, dude, is there a way to, like, get in touch with you, like, in case I want to, like, because I want to interview you for a radio show. And he's like, yeah, do you have a card? You can just leave with me. I'll take care of the rest. I was like, I actually don't have a card on me, which I'm going to be ordering fucking business cards tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, no problem, man. Rips out a little Post-it, fucking writes down his phone number, gives it to me.
Nice.
I was like, you're fucking kidding. He's
That's
like,
sick.
He's like, I may not always answer, but, you know, keep trying. Just, you know, be belligerent if you have to. I was like, he's like, I could probably prank you as Paul Stanley. He's like, I probably won't fall for it.
Oh man,
Kane, this is Paul. Don't ignore me anymore.
we have to collaborate.
We have to collaborate. We have to write "Take It Off" too. Now I gotta tell you something, Kane. I'm starting to get a little annoyed you're ignoring my phone calls.
Mm-hmm.
How about this? Why don't you and I meet in the ladies' room?
Oh, shit.
So it's pretty cool, man. So I haven't listened to his CD yet, but if you guys go to KaneRoberts.com, check out all the information, check out his music. I guarantee it's fucking awesome and mind blowing, man.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so that was chiller.
So you got to meet a couple of people. It seems.
Couple of people, man. I had a lot of fun too.
Nice.
Yeah, and we stopped in New York City on the way back because Liz had to Liz, my buddy Jeff's daughter. She had to go to Carnegie Deli to like get some salami for her dad and her uncle.
Oh, nice.
So it was kind of cool, man. We passed by the David Letterman Theater and whatnot. We went to Carnegie Deli.
Cool, man.
Saw the Hershey store, the M&M store. It was pretty cool.
I haven't been to New York in a very long time.
That's pretty cool, man. We should go there sometime.
We should, man. Liz hasn't been either, and we actually talked about going. And actually, her mom wanted to basically book her a trip to New York for her birthday, but she ended up not wanting to do it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so she's never been. I don't think she's ever been, or she has. I don't know. 'Cause I used to go a lot, like when I was a kid, because like I told you, my uncle, he was friends with John Hebert, the guy who worked for Marvel, and so
Right.
they used to do a lot of comic conventions in New York, and we used to be invited along. So we did a lot of those actually in New York City and Albany, and well, New York State in general.
Nice, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun actually. Being a kid, cruising around comic book conventions. What's better?
Yeah, there's nothing better than you discover pussy and you're just like, man, fuck comic books.
Pretty much. Comics? Fuck them. Actually, you can't fuck them, so fuck them.
Yeah, exactly. You could try fucking them. You can try drilling a fucking hole in them, but I mean, I guarantee you get paper cuts all over your cock.
Oh, shit. So who do you think's winning the cup this year? With the playoffs,
well,
they're all squared away now, right? All the
except-
games are played?
Except for the seeding in the East. Everything is all set, yeah.
Well, I think now it's done because the Bruins just played their last game, and they just lost, so they did not win the championship.
Well, no, they didn't win their division.
The conference or division or whatever.
They didn't win their division title.
Right.
So they're the number 4 seed going up against Toronto, which I know for you is going to be hell.
Yep.
Let's go.
Because I was watching them play Montreal, and I was like, good Lord.
Go Toronto.
I watched 3 hockey games last night.
Nice, man.
Yeah, I watched the Bruins versus who was it? Who did they play? I don't even
Washington.
fucking remember.
Washington,
Yes. And I watched the Red Wings play the Stars, and I watched Montreal and Toronto.
Very nice, man. Very nice.
Yeah, Montreal though, whew,
Yeah,
whooped the shit out of Toronto.
yeah.
It sucked. And Boston gave up another huge lead. They had like a 2-0 lead and gave it up to a 2-1 in the second period and then lost in the third. Classic Boston this year. Seriously. We got a 2-goal lead. Don't count on it. Like 2-goal leads going into the third used to mean like it's over. It's fucking done. Pack your shit. No?
Yeah,
now with the Bruins.
Now it's just okay.
Yeah.
So
So who do you think's going to win? Who do you like in the playoffs?
Here's the thing. If one of 3 teams wins the championship, I'll be happy. Well, actually, make up 4, because actually that would kind of torture the Bruins a little bit. If Pittsburgh wins, I'll be happy. If Montreal wins, I'll be happy. That kind of fuck over the Bruins fans. If Chicago wins, I'll be happy. And if Minnesota wins, I'll be happy. It's like, if Chicago wins, my dad's happy, and I like that. If Minnesota wins, I'll be happy for Zach Parise to finally get his cup. Pittsburgh wins, all right, I got no problems with the Penguins and whatnot. That's cool with me. Montreal, fuck the Bruins. Everybody else, fuck all of you.
I just think it's cool, actually, that the original 6 made it in. I think that's really awesome.
Well, yeah, I know.
First time since, like, 96, I think.
I think so, man. Something like that. But, I'm trying to think. Who the hell won it in 96?
I don't know.
I think it might have been Detroit won it in 96, I think.
or I think wasn't it Colorado?
No, it wasn't Colorado. No.
Huh?
I don't think so, at least. Time to research.
Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Who would I like to win it? I would like to see either the Bruins or Toronto win it. Although I have to say it'd be pretty cool to see the Red Wings win.
Yeah, I guess I'd be okay with the Red Wings winning as well, but
but who do I think is going to win? Probably, I want to say like Pittsburgh or probably Chicago. I want to say one of those guys are going to win it. Montreal's been really strong, but they've kind of, aside from their game with Toronto, they've been kind of losing it lately, from what I understand. I haven't really been following them, but that's what I've heard people saying. So,
well, Bruce, you were actually right, believe it or not.
What's that?
Colorado did win it in '96.
Aha.
Yes, Colorado beat the Florida Panthers that year in the Stanley Cup Finals 4-0.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Bruins. Yeah, Bruins actually made it that year. Son of a bitch. Devils. Yeah, Devils didn't make it that year. I remember that because it was the year after they won the Stanley Cup and they didn't make it into the playoffs next year. Shit. Fucking bastards. Oh well.
And they just barely didn't make. Well, actually, not just barely, but they were pretty close to making it for a little while there.
Yeah, I mean they were the number 3 seed for a while, and then fucking Brodeur got hurt. That started this fucking skid downhill, and then Kovalchuk went down, and that fucking continued it.
I saw an interesting stat though the other night when I was watching one of their games. I forget when it was, but they had an interesting stat that said that they did better. Okay, so when Brodeur was out, they didn't do so hot, but they did worse when Kovalchuk was out. So they did better when they had Brodeur but not Kovalchuk, or actually when they had Kovalchuk but not Brodeur, but not the other way around.
Right, because I
thought that was really interesting.
Well, Kovalchuk at least provided some offense. You know, he provided some offense, and if he didn't provide offense, he was at least like a decoy out there, like, you know, making the defense like stay on their toes and like keep their eye on him, and then taking their eyes off somebody else. Somebody else scores the fucking goal.
Right.
But now the Devils.
I mean, obviously, a game's not going to be won on defense only, but
no. But I mean, here's the thing about the Devils. They're kind of fucked right now. Because
why is that?
Because with the salary cap coming around now, like after this year,
you're gonna have to dump a lot of talent.
They're gonna have to either dump David Clarkson, which they don't want to do because he was the highest defensive player that they had this year, or they have to dump Patrick Elias, who's pretty much been a staple in New Jersey ever since he came into the league.
Yeah, I mean, even I know that it would be ridiculous to get rid of Elias.
Yeah,
it'd be like getting rid of Brodeur, which they almost did.
But no, they almost didn't. Don't worry about
that.
They
didn't almost, but
no, come on.
It seemed for a few seconds like they were considering it.
No, they weren't going to. You know that.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think they'd trade Brodeur?
No.
Or get rid of him if they had to?
No. The only way Brodeur's going to leave New Jersey is when he retires.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think so now, because it's probably getting fairly late in the game for him.
Yeah,
I don't think he's going
like,
anywhere.
He's like 40 years old, yes, but
yeah, he doesn't have many years. He certainly doesn't have another 10 years ahead of him in the game. That's for sure.
I'd say at best he's probably got 3 years left.
Yeah, he's pretty close to the end.
I'd say like 3 good years.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is, with the salary cap now, they got to focus on keeping Patrick Elias, who's going to be 37, I believe. And then David Clarkson, who I think is going to be entering his 30s, or he's like 31 or something like that now. So, I mean, it's like, who do you keep? Do you keep the guy that's been the staple in the locker room, the veteran talent, or do you keep the guy that's providing some offense for you?
Yeah. Well, you can always get other offense. I mean, personally, I'd probably keep Elias. Because it's sort of, I think, more of a morale hit if you lose him,
Yeah.
I think, anyway.
And it'd be interesting to see what happens. But, I mean, the Devils also have to give up a first-round draft pick either this year or next year. Because of part of their penalty when they signed Kovalchuk to that huge fucking 10-year deal. The NHL penalized them like $3 million, which was going to go towards Kovalchuk's salary anyways, which is fucking bullshit by the NHL. Fucking fuck Gary Bettman. Piece of shit.
Apparently hockey's all about money.
Yeah, apparently. Just like every other sport. Big shock.
That's why I don't go to games, man. That's why I'd rather watch them on TV, because not for nothing, it's so expensive, I've never been to a Bruins game, and it's not just because I didn't want to go. Of course I'd like to go, but it's so fucking expensive, and it always has been.
Like, if a friend of yours got like a pair of tickets and said, Bruce, I don't have anybody else that wants to go with me. Do you want to go to the Bruins game?
Yeah, I'd probably go.
All right, then.
Depending on what I'm doing, of course.
Like, it's the Bruins and Maple Leafs.
I'd have to go. No question.